this. Who made this weird claw machine vending machine thing? Now, I've done a decent amount of digging on this topic and decided to really dig into all of the lore that I could, including obscure environmental storytelling, but I believe I have truly nailed down what it is. First, I checked the machine itself. Despite its beauty, no artist dared place their name upon it, perhaps for risk of losing its elegance. No matter, we'd find it anyway. Every artist leaves a mark, intentional or not. A piece of their soul remains with their creation. So I compared the machines to other machines found throughout the Commonwealth and beyond. It bore a lot of similarity to that of the Edotronic, perhaps lead. But the Edotronic also doesn't have a name etched into it. It's odd, but I continued on in my search. I began to notice the placements of these machines, how typically the Portadiner would be placed near or even outside businesses, while the Edotronic was typically kept inside, perhaps a means of separation between similar products. But then I noted Edotronics were in DC, but Portadiners weren't. Odd, again. Whatever the reason, my first suspicion went to General Atomics, because while yes, they mainly produce robots, many of the same parts found within these robots could be attributed to things found within the diner. The claw, moving parts, the seeming intelligence for it to move upon its own, like the slot machines of New Vegas. But then I remembered the pie held within these machines. Whoever made the machine would also need to own the pie, otherwise it'd be more mainstream, more widespread as a food item, boxed and placed on shelves. So with that, GA was off my radar. But set firmly in my sights now was the leading company in all things sweet, Nuka-Cola. At first, it almost seemed dead to rights. Nuka World would give the company more than enough machinery experience to put to use in making something like the Portadiner, and their extensive use of sugar in Nuka-Cola could easily be where the pie concept originated. So, they made a nearly perfect pie, slapped it inside of a slot machine, and began to wring customers dry. A pretty cut and dry case. So I turned my attention to the Edotronic, which was clearly made to resemble the designs of the Portadiner, and placed in areas near to it as a form of competition. Wait, this doesn't add up. Why would the same company release two competing brands of similar products unless... Wait, the pie. If Nuka-Cola had a way to make foodstuffs which could be so well preserved as to last hundreds of years, then why wouldn't they have done the same with Nuka-Cola? Every form of the drink is irradiated to some degree, losing itself to that of the Fallout wasteland, but the pie is specially made to withstand the environment, and to compete with this, Nuka-Cola made a similar device with what resources they had, launching the Edotronic. But if Nuka-Cola made the Edotronic as a means to compete with the Portadiner, then who made a device so impactful that it had Nuka-Cola, this giant multinational company, shaken? So, it was here that I almost scrapped this video, almost wrote off the idea of these two machines competing as lunacy, until I decided to do one final check, looking at every machine in the game, and I found it. My smoking gun. In an unmarked interior of the Commonwealth lies a pastry shop called Mean Pastries. At first, this place was very unassuming, just a pastry shop who installed a Portadiner for the sake of selling pastries that weren't their own. Hold on a second. A pastry shop selling pastries that aren't their own would be possible, but odd. It happens in real life, but then there is a Portadiner in Nuka World, which actually has a 100% drop rate. Obviously, the people making them would keep a version that works for prototyping, unless they were trying to copy the original, put them out of business, but failed to properly get the randomness of it working. But that's crazy. There's nothing to signify that they were the ones to find the preservative that ultimately kept things fresh for 200 years. Hold on. This cat. This is the cat the business owned before the war. The cat who had access to the chemicals that gave the pie's eternal life received the same, and that means Nuka-Cola tried to steal the design of the Portadiner from Mean Pastries after they found success in Boston and Appalachia by inventing a pastry that would never expire. That's why these skeletons are pre-war and aren't ghouls. They were shot dead by Nuka-Cola hitmen who wanted to stop the rise of the Portadiner. Left for dead, their cat ate the leftover preservatives and gained immortality, being the last creature to know the truth of the Portadiner. Until today. Hey, I just wanted to say thank you for indulging my love of Fallout lore through this. I know it included a few leaps in logic, but I really like this theory. It's a little wacky and zany, but the dark undertones of it make it all feel very Fallout to me. Let me know what you think, and just before you go, thank you for watching.